And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you, they was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you, they was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
It's time to rock and roll, compatriots! I'm Hail Monkey Man in the booth alongside Visionary One, but that's all of a matter of names because you guys are ready for the big time, the big names, the finals here for the ECAC Esports Fall Semester Finals for some good old pew-pew for the QQ, out for some Valorant. And again, we're going to be heading into an amazing matchup. It has been a wonderful season 2022 ending with a bang, but the bangarang is between myself and Visionary, and I need to know, man, we're getting into what is the collision course between two teams that have been just taking down Titans left, right, and center. How are you feeling tonight, and how do you think all the night is going to go?
First of all, I just want to say thank you for that wonderful introduction, Monkey Man. It's always great to be working with the best beard in esports. That is a guarantee, or your money back, by the way. But no, I've been following GVSU. I got to cast them in the first round of the playoffs. I also got to cast them in the quarterfinals. I am not surprised to see them here in the finals at all. Their utility combos have been extravagant, exquisite, just extremely polished hits almost every single time. And the beauty of it as well, Monkey Man, is that we get to see Ascent band out. So, I mean, that for me, not seeing Ascent played in College Valorant is one of the biggest poggers moments that we've had in 2022 so far.
Pog frogs will be tagged everywhere, but let's check out all of those bans because Pearl was the first one to go. Apparently, no matter how many people tend to love it now, Fisher College says, nay, will we see it? No, but neither will Ascent. So from A to Z, we will be able to see Haven, Breeze, Bind, Icebox, and Fracture, the swan song before the big competitive relapse of bringing back Split and saying sayonara, sucker, over to Breeze and Bind will be seen in the end of this fall semester. But we start off with the 3-site puzzle that is Haven. This will be a neat way, not as a middle ground, but as a starting ground to really define the pace at which we want to play. I think a lot of aggression is going to come out, especially into this map. So much space to be created, especially by both these teams that, like you said, have been efficient working together.
Yeah. GVSU came in as a 14 seed, and so their thing that has really set them apart from the teams that they've played is that utility combination that they've been able to achieve. Obviously, you're going to see arrays on the map. You're going to see a fade, so you're going to see those C's and paint shell combos. You're going to see a lot of stuff on the choke points of the opening rounds. GVSU are aggressive. I know they like to play it that way, but they're also facing one of the titans of college Valorant and Fisher, right? Fisher rated top 3 in VLR's college teams, like the power rankings. They are a phenomenal team. They bring the heat every single time. And speaking with them in the first round after GVSU just decimated Army West Point Esports, unfortunately, they said the only team that they were worried about in this whole bracket was Fisher, and we get to see it in the finals.
You know what? If they've been worried about him, hopefully the war room has been filled to the brim with film, and hopefully they know everything about what sort of flight pattern those Falcons intend to go, because it must be something that they can solve going into tonight. Tonight, in case you have not seen how Valorant works, well, guess what? Bomb spikes, they must be defused. We're going to go from best of 1, no, best of 3, no, best of 5. It is a distance. It is a marathon. It could be 5 hours. We could see quadruple overtime. We could see 120 plus rounds, or we could just see a quick 3-0. I don't know which version we're going to get tonight. I'm prepared either way. I've got my poop sock, I've got my piss bucket, and I've got 3 extra bottles of water, which means I'm here with snackies as well. You can hear all of my goldfish. So everything is having a good time. And Visionary One, did you prep for the long haul tonight?
I did prep for the long haul tonight. I ate dinner right before I got here. Of course, I got my spicy water, aka sparkling water, by my side. I'm ready to go into it. Something that I want to note here, we're seeing 2011 Valorant cops get brought back, right? We have an Astra on one side. We have an Omen on the other side. And that Omen, by the way, just received that buff. You can buy a Paranoia, bow smokes, and a light shield if you opt for the classic in round number 1. And on attack, you're probably going to see that abused here. On the other side, you're going to have the Killjoy. We're throwing it back. Chamber is gone. And I have to tell you, Monkey Man, Del Taco is the player to look out for GVSU. He has mained Chamber all the way through this tournament. We saw him play Jet last week in the semifinals right after the patch happened, played it on Pearl. He's on Jet now this week on Haven. So expect to see a lot more Del Taco on Jet.
Yeah, that's going to be very influential, especially because there have been big changes when you see the 5.12 compositions and how the changes to all of the ult points actually occurred. Everyone on initiator-wise, well, things are more expensive. They were like, Fade is kind of lonely with that 8 points. How about literally everyone else? It happened to KO, happened to Breach, happened to pretty much anyone that has some mass AoE influence on the point of the map. And then also we got to see some HP bang up, so when it came to some of the util to make them last against some AoEs, be it paint shells or otherwise, but it's Chamber that it has fallen. The Frenchman is now locked away, having to watch from the Eiffel Tower while everyone else is going out to play. You got Killjoys on the other side. I am very curious about how we're going to see the executions when it comes to Astra play, but this is Omen's playground. My guy, my man, my main. I want to see how that happens, but already Logan pressing onto site as they will take control of Hell.
I mean, it's going to be a retake situation to start off, right? But in round one, Fisher came out, just kind of pushed the pace and really wanted to explode onto site, let their presence be known, kind of set that tone for Grand Valley, of course, as this is coming out right now. Del Taco, it's going to be a full retake effort. And we have so many people collapse on B Link, right? Trying to exit through that choke point. It's going to be very dangerous with only one playing Heaven, and nobody's going for that flank just yet. It's just going to be a full-on retake. The flash comes out and Dory's able to take one.
It is a dodge a ball gimmick, and they're trying to be able to dodge all these bullets, but no, sir. It is just a walkthrough into Sykes, saying, "Psych, see you later," with a 3K immediately. So, sometimes you get the flank, sometimes you have a chance for it. I like to be able to press up into window from mid very quickly, but also I'm still in silver. These guys are definitely not that. So, the difference that we kind of see as well, I thought that it would play against them, but you have to retake when it comes to Breach. Be able to put that fault line down, get a stun out. I love compositions, especially in this map. They kind of get that extra pressure, move into Hell, and they use that aftershock kind of denial from that connector to make that link very tough to get into, but they didn't even have to worry about it because everyone just kind of ran face first at them.
And look at this, another 5-stack directly onto site. Now we're going to see that fault line be able to come out, but obviously the gun advantage being on site already is massive right now for Fisher College. The gun advantage of pushing, making sure that there's no flanks. Everything's cleared. The spike is down. You see Nano Swarms already placed down as well on the plant spot. So this is held pretty solidly for a post-plant opportunity right now for Fisher College.
The shock bolt that's going to try and clear that corner, but all that did was really alert to the flank rotation. They're going to be able to get that spray off, and another flawless to start things off for the Falcons. Fisher College executing quite well, but this will be going into bonus round territory, and it will be Grand Valley that will be able to get the first chance maybe to find some first blood. Right now, their kill feed is very, very empty, but it's not a time to panic. You literally have 3 maps minimum that you have to play. You're going to be able to get those kills maybe even in this round.
I'm going to bring that insight once again, by the way, Monkey Man. GVSU last week went to map 3, lost 5 out of 6 pistols. Wow. So we're not really expecting them to do well on pistol rounds. They've been able to make up for it with their rifling. And you see this instant aggression here. Look at 3 people on A site, and it's just an instant hit coming in. Of course, on the B site, Logan just trying to create some space with that dash. It's going to be a quick plant. The shock dart's actually going to miss as well. Fault line comes through and hits Logan up top, but nobody's actually been able to claim the space on site yet. Right now, it's going to be Grand Valley on that retake. Luckily, it's on B, which I would argue is the easiest site to retake, Monkey Man.
Yeah, this one is coming from the sides. You can be able to get in from either direction. They do have the paranoia that could come out from corner, but they do take down Dory. So that's all of a little blind and a vertical column, but that just doesn't happen. But you have Fisher College that does suffer their first loss, make it 2 as it becomes a 3-on-4. The retake starting to slow down. Logan is be able to find them in mid, and now as they find them as a dime a dozen from distance. Del Taco, you said it'd be influential. They're making sure that will die. So a bit of a traditional ending of our first 3 rounds as we'll go into what is presumed to be a true rifle round, but there's a couple of extra buy-ups. That was pretty expensive for Grand Valley to get their first round.
Yeah, that one's going to be a little bit difficult to overcome, right? You're going to be on Stingers. Now, granted, like 4 or 5 patches ago, the Stinger got a buff as well, and that thing has been absolutely shredding in ranked. You're going to see Luff actually full buying with that Stinger. I hope I don't get debated by this, but he is throwing full shields on, and you're looking at Grand Valley right now, recognizing, hey, that was expensive. We have to keep the pressure on. We don't care if they have rifles. We're going to bring every single thing we have to this. 2 Spectres, of course, that Stinger, and 2 Vandals that were carried over from the last round. That's what they're bringing into the table, and Del Taco looking for an early pick, not going to be able to find it through the Astral Cloud.
I mean, they're going to play a little bit of a buddy system because you can still have that weapon in case your friendo does happen to hit the groundo, but eventually you will see those fall by the wayside. And hey, you know what? Modern Warfare may have come out, but the Stinger is basically the same thing. So hey, run it up, run it around. That's run and gun style here in Valorant. The 4-man shooting spree, it will not be able to claim any lives, but they create a little bit of extra space and force them to run away from Garage. Illusion is going to hold this backside corner. Shock Dart goes out. They will also hit the ground around that swarm grenade with 27 HP and a Dream. Logan is just going to keep hunting heads as the plant finally occurs. Cloric is going to back on up. The 0-point knife will identify maybe from distance, but it's Del Taco that's trying to be able to at least get one. Logan will kill their doppelganger, and this is a 4-on-1 with a Stinger.
I mean, winnable, right? Winnable? Question mark?
Yes.
No, not winnable. What? Not
Yeah,
winnable.
best sniper in the game. Really,
oh, absolutely.
honestly.
I mean, imagine getting 4 headshots at once. That's what the Stinger does half the time I get shot with it. So we're going to see, of course, what's going to happen here. I like the late lurk, maybe trying to get those exit picks. You don't really lose much economy-wise since you just bought the Stinger in full shields. So I do like them trying to swing through, maybe find a pick at the very end here, but everybody's going to be excurting, of course, into the CT spawn. Here's the spam early. Logan's going to find his 4th. And Logan right now has just been so stellar in those entrances, been able to get on site every single round. And something I want to note as well, Monkey Man, Fisher has planted the spike in every round so far.
Yeah, they have not missed out on getting an ult point and be able to get those bonus creds, as well as getting Logan lots of value. Maybe they drop that 3rd round kind of like how you're supposed to. Maybe not supposed to, but more than likely will, especially if you're facing down ARs and you've got not much but the Stinger or the Spectre that you decided to roll up with. But Logan has been a menace to the society that Grand Valley State is trying to establish, and it is just not great for them right now. They, in fact, are going to be having sheriffs and marshals have to fight against Fisher College. So we're looking into getting ourselves in the eco loop, but Del Taco says they have had enough of Logan. Gets 2 headshots, looking for a 3rd, but they will escape with their life.
Yeah, that dash is integral, and they're still not going to... There's the breach flash right there. There's the opportunity. They're going to find it. A-Rax, a beautiful combo again with the jet peeking out. There's another shot from Del Taco. He is a martial demon, and Dory is alone right now. The paranoia going to hit Del Taco. Not much they can do, but it's a 1v4, and it's going to have to be just 1v1s. Dory down to the last HP they have. The shock dart rolls through. It doesn't matter. It's a massive thrifty on the back of the 3K from Del Taco.
And that's a bunch of upgrades for Frizzle that they're going to be able to get in there. 1 drops. Arax gave their life for the fault line to be able to at least put a stun onto the likes of Dory, and Dory from distance was absolutely dissected as they were pincered in from both sides. But, I mean, lots of credit over to Del Taco. They were able to get a massive 1-up. They got rid of Logan, which was the greatest threat, and of course has been that entry main. Look at the instant snap on these aims, just to be able to get that quick ADS, and then they finish them off as Dive found Dory. That's so key if you're Grand Valley, to be able to get yourself a little bit of confidence and to start really finding some pacing and footing against Fisher College.
It's going to be a retake on A side again, recognizing, hey, Fisher's kind of low on econ right now. They obviously had enough to full buy, but they're going to be coming in with a little bit less, as Cloric is going to get the plant down right now. You hear the updraft just spotting for attention, and Dive thinking about throwing that lockdown, but the KO ultimate, the null command, going to remove that out of the hands. And that's going to be huge as Cloric's here right now. Luff just sitting in heaven, just trying to find something, maybe some wallbang kills. Not much working right now as Dive has to wait that out. Now are they going to use the lockdown and burn it? Now, no, it's going to be the knife coming out. Just misses, however, so they have the opportunity. They're just going to push it instead.
That's so key because Dory was holding that with a paranoia, at least threat from hell, and then it's going to be Luff. No, it's going to be the likes of Cloric that does at least form a bit of resistance. A wallbang by Del Taco will end their life, but it will be Del Taco hitting the ground like a scattered chalupa. So 3 surviving for the Falcons. That was key. That Blade Storm that initially took out Dory was the key, the one opportunity they had to then get onto site and not be threatened with all the nearsightedness from the paranoia. But it was the likes of Cloric that kept them from advancing further, at least for free, by getting, I think, 2 in that span. So 4-2 go Fisher, and this is a bit, I like the buy up. Del Taco will be going to the operator after they got rid of their blades. So this is your true-ish rifle round.
Yeah, and Del Taco obviously played chamber all the way beforehand, so this is going to be his bread and butter right here as they look to take the head off Logan and Del Taco. To have a feeling feeling like this is just going to be the matchup of the century between these two because they have been going at it already, and it's going to continue to happen as that default kind of feels out that early pressure. They're going to be rotating on to C, but they're going to be going into Killjoy and Astra right now. Those are two characters that you typically don't want to run into, but right now not a lot is covered. Of course, we just have the alarm bot on C. I don't even think we have a star down there right now. So it's going to be very difficult to cover this up once they realize that 4 of them are there. And there's the jump spot to confirm. A lot of wall bangs coming out, and Logan's already on site.
Yeah, they are in the midst of the nebula and their own smoke, and that is just a bad situation if you want to try and encounter someone that is not hidden. But they do invest the lockdown after the plant goes through. The TP will be utilized, and they get in, they get out, they get on with the mission, which is to be able to blow up this wonderful C site. But that no one is quite dead, as they have a 5v5 retake, and they're going to try and face them from distance. And I love the observer cam because we're able to see all the pressure on that flank, but they can't do much more with it as they do have the smoke down, and this could be a straight up defuse. They get it to half, and there's a lot of damage in the kill feed, and they'll be able to just keep that ping on site. Ming will take the ping and run with it, and they make sure to get that one going. So 5-2, that was a great retake attempt, but attempt it only shall be.
The only problem I have with that, obviously, is the fact that you burned 2 ultimates that round, right? You burn you burn the lockdown and you burn the breach ult coming out, and you don't find the value off of those 2 ultimates. Now you're on a save, so you're almost guaranteed, unless some Hunter's Fury magic plus some of course that Cosmic Divide magic comes through. Those are 2 ults that aren't really typically used in aggressive situations. Maybe a Smite plant or a spike, plant scenario where you can take it off. It's not going to be there right now, and Logan's just going to basically have mid for free, and Illusion's going to have to hit the shot of a lifetime right now.
I love that as soon as I hear the updraft, I know that Logan is going to come in and try to hunt them down like a vicious pinata that suddenly gained sentience. But Ming is trying to be able to hold this corner, as you do, in fact, have the denial of getting more of your numbers onto site with that Hunter's Fury. But that is all for a moment. Illusion actually is on a 3K, but they'll be taken down via wallbang of Ming. And now this one from distance, as Cloric is not going to expose those mighty toaster shoulders anything for free. Luff is slowed down because of the swarm grenade, and everything will be slowed down even further as the no fun police beacon of that 0-point knife is going to keep Luff from using anything more. Hey, and a bullet does the same thing. Finds a 3K, gets a 6th for Fisher.
And that's disappointing right there. I feel like with a sheriff in hand, you got nothing to lose. You just got to absolutely wide swing the ever-living crap out of that one. I mean, at the end of the day, if you slow peek it, you get shot in the head. If you wide swing it, maybe you don't. Maybe they whiff a bullet and you got a chance at the round. But regardless, it was good economic damage coming out, of course, for Grand Valley. They were able to take down 3 on their eco. They now have a full buy. Del Taco has an operator in hand, and that's where he feels most comfortable. I also have to note that Cloric now has 10 assists.
Yes!
And
yes!
In 8 rounds. In 8 rounds.
Yeah, he has been finding hella value when it comes to flashes, but especially that 0-point knife. Shout out to all my initiator mains, because I've been told initiators are meant to die. That sucks, because I think that's not true, and it's Cloric that's proving very much he's meant to kill. That is a kill bot that is set to only be unfriendly literally to anyone that is not his friend out there. So Diving's gonna try on this flank, but it is from distance here on long A, and everyone else is just setting up shop into this fortress of solitude. Cloric is gonna play for crossfire, and they're just gonna play right next to bomb. Might as well put a hammock there, as they're just gonna take a nap.
Yeah, we're going to see Dive, and this is really going to be the integral part of this play, is going to be Dive on the flank. But look, the flank is getting flanked, and there's Dive, and there he goes. Ming is able to find that. The Astral Divide going to come through here. The Cosmic Divide going to get one, but the Crossfire there. Arax is going to find one. Logan and Sight combine to just remove everybody again. Lucian's going to find one, but Logan gets a 3K. And at some point, you have to send more towards flank, right? You can't just keep funneling yourself into that narrow passageway that is a main. And the coach for Grand Valley State has seen that as well. The Lakers are calling a timeout.
Yeah, they may have wanted to do this a couple of rounds ago, but it's even more glaring now that you use your Cosmic Divide and you really can't even run to it. You had the expenditure of that ult, which, it didn't really get much except to just kind of dissect 2 separate sides that are able to fill up that kill feed so quickly. And even harder, they're like you said, they're funneling in just kind of 1 or so from the flank, but when they're trying to go straight into that main A connector, they're 1v2s. It was a totem pole stacked to the box right outside of heaven and hell, and it was basically heaven and hell. You're finding the demon and the archangel riding each other like they're playing chicken in the pool, and you're getting slapped with a pool noodle around, and it's sending you right back to the respawn counters. So it's not great right now for Grand Valley. I want them to find a slightly more creative way for that retake, especially in Site A, which Fisher College has been opting for a lot.
Yeah, and I just want to throw out there as well that because of the Chamber nerfs, this whole comp for Grand Valley State has been completely rearranged. We used to see Chamber as the lone sentinel. We used to see a Fade in a triple initiator lineup, and I believe they used to run Omen instead of running Astra. So this whole thing kind of got turned upside down just because of those Chamber nerfs. So they've probably been playing with this for about a week now because that's all they've really had with the new patch. And so, I mean, I got to give props to Fisher for being able to so easily adapt to this new meta, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe they just were never playing with it the entire time. They're like, yeah, we never use Chamber. I mean, maybe a couple times. Logan safely MacGyvers their way into the corner as the swarm grenade is circle, and that is a square. So I left a tiny little corner for Jet's tiny little feet to be able to land into. But look at this aggressive approach. They're actually going to just run it through with a bunch of sheriffs, and that's a quick bang from Psych. And they're going to find a third, maybe a fourth. Actually, they will be dropped, so Illusion is making a little bit of trouble for them, but 8-2 through the first 80% of the rounds, falling into Fisher College. Like you said, kudos to them for adapting so quickly to a new meta, a new patch, a new system, and being able to take on an opponent they've just newly seen for the first time today.
Yeah, I mean, I think this really just comes down to Fisher playing their game on attack right now. You see them 5-manning a lot of sites. There's not a lot of variation to the game minus the site that they're currently hitting, right? We haven't seen those crazy defaults. We haven't seen that C split from C and Garage. They have been running it down and just banking on the fact that they can win gunfights. And right now it's working in their favor. So at this point, at 8-2, why try to change what's not broken, in my opinion, is this is going to be a little bit dangerous, but luckily Doria is able to get away from it. And obviously the ult economy for Fisher College as well. You have the Hunter's Fury for post plant, so you're setting in a nice position right now as 2-stack Garage for Grand Valley State.
Play for a little bit of life. You'll be able to extend yours just fine. Fisher Falcons going to be able to get in, use that owl drone, see if they can be able to clear window through Garage, and they don't see any adversaries. They didn't quite clear that far corner, but that just is options for C. But B seems to be their main squeeze, main lean. They'll throw at least one flash through to see if anyone is coming out and at least push them aside. And there is already at least one weakness. Grand Valley looking for that lineup, and oh, take the click it a little bit faster. You had it right there in front of you, but sadly it becomes a 3-on-4. They do at least drop Ming, so the Killjoy will be gone, but they do in fact have that Hunter's Fury in their back pocket if they feel like it.
And Dory has been so stellar with those paranoias. Every single time getting value of it, finding a blind, finding a pick, and it's been just a phenomenal job by them. And now, you know, a 2v situation, 2v4 coming in. Nice little utility bullying. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be a beautiful molly in front. Logan's going to take one down. Clork's going to swing on Arax. And it's going to be 9-2. And I have to say, Grand Valley, you got to win this round right here because the 9-3 curse is real. That's all I'm going to say.
It's a fact of life. Well, we've seen it at the pro level, we've seen it at the collegiate level, I've seen it in basically every single one of my lobbies, but you know, be it 9-3 curse and I'm the 3 and losing, or 9-3 curse and they were the 3 and then they come back and beat me. I always lose at the other end of that curse. I don't know. I think it's the monkey curse now.
It's not a 9-3, it's the monkey man curse.
Yeah, it's look, like, don't let me be on your team, guys. That's what I'm saying. Just don't drop into silver lobbies. Be better than me. It's not hard. But we do have the possibility for Fisher to just force their way into double digits early, which is such a confidence kill if you are GVSU trying to be able to find your footing. The Rolling Thunder, talk about finding footing. Everyone's popped 2 stories into the sky, but Fisher still gets the job done, and they'll get off site.
We're seeing this come through right now, and we have Ming again with a great lurk, just sitting there as a Killjoy. Just, you know what? I'm not really necessary until post-plant, and even if I am, it doesn't matter. Logan's going to find Arax on the jump peak. That's just nasty. I mean, I don't think that's legal in at least 17 states, but we're going to let it fly because it is the finals, as Ming looks to get more value off of this. Of course, Del Taco's still sitting on A. And Ming kind of looking to potentially push that way. Might catch Del Taco off guard, but he's going to rotate through CT, at least avoiding the crisis for now as Logan gets on site with the Blade Storm in hand. And Dory with the TP, not going to find his Luff as they are just completely blind to it. Del Taco is gone thanks to Ming, and it's just falling apart again. The lurch from Ming have been so god darn good, Monkey Man.
Yeah, they have. We start the entire first half with a flawless. We end it with a flawless, and both of them were found by Fisher. 3 flawlesses, and guess what? All of them were Fisher Falcons. That was clinical. Every single time I get to see Logan's cam, it is just about clearing corners, being able to pressure, create opportunities to be lethal, and they are scary. Also, through 12 rounds, 18 assists for Chloric. This player, if we have enough time, they could get a 30 bomb in assists. That is wild. That is efficient, and that is supporting your squad no matter where you are on the map. But Logan cannot be understated as a 4.0 KD. Just absurdly lethal anytime they are facing an enemy opponent. Oh my goodness.
Just feeling himself a little bit, you know. It's a heat check the entire time, and he still hasn't missed. It's like Klay Thompson. Sometimes you just go unconscious and you hit every single shot known to man. And right now, that is Logan. And of course, we have to mention though, with all those assists, the updated timers, of course, the tick timers for assists have been increased, so it makes it just a little bit easier to get that value of assist numbers out of KO, out of Sova, out of things of that nature. So I'm not trying to discredit it at all. 18 assists in 12 rounds is ridiculous, as Psych and Logan are going to combine for another one, as Arex tries to take down Logan, only 13 HP, but is going to find the Sheriff. And with the way they're hitting shots right now, and the way Psych is hitting shots as well, I don't know how this is going to go, as they just basically have to go towards A at this point. They've already committed, they've already lost 2.
Yeah, this is a rough go on this attack, and Fisher College just continues to face them down without fear in their eyes, heart, or hands as they consistently stay even keel for these attacks. On this crossfire, you have one peeking up top. Guess what? That's Psych, but you have this closeness. They're going to focus up the ramp, and then suddenly the turn is going to be there, but it's low HP for Logan, so they're going to be able to at least take down one. They'll put down a couple of extra smokes as Nebulas go through, and that will allow them a thoroughfare, but they have not a lot of time. 23 seconds. They have to be able to win these duels. They get all of one, and the attack's still pressing on Grand Valley. They find a couple. It becomes a 2-on-2, but not a lot left in the bank for HP. So, with one remaining, guess who? Chloric. It's a visionary one that truly said, hey, your assists don't count. You know, you heard it here first.
Oh, yeah.
Add him on Twitter.
That's, at me. Yeah. Please at me for saying, oh, we definitely need to give him credit. By the way, he didn't get an assist that round, sir. So I don't know what you're yelling at me for.
Yeah, my
It was just
apologies.
3 kills. It was just 3 kills. So
yeah.
I don't know what I don't know what we're trying to aggress at there. I obviously gave him his props and just said, hey, it's been an extra second that they added that kind of helps out with that number.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Okay, cool. I'm loving the banter here, brother, as we get, of course, Psych trying to get some intel onto Spawn to see what is going to happen here as Del Taco gets his presence detected as well, suppressed for 3 more seconds. This is going to be a dangerous peak, and out comes the one way as well, and it's just a straight note from Del Taco.
Yeah, if they know anything, it's not to go through and expose their feetsies. That's maybe not the easiest way to get killed, but it's definitely not the way you want to die. Holding that tight corner is Chloric, who does at least have the flash. They're gonna, they toss it. Oh, on the flash though, Del Taco will be able to get rid of the best killer on Fisher College's squad. So maybe an oopsie daisy, maybe a fluke, but they'll take it.
I mean, and Chloric will also take the Marshal because he only had a Sheriff, so it's not a big deal right here. Is Ming, can you, I mean, like, you've been lurking the whole time, you've been doing great on the flanks, can you rat any harder at this point? I'm not even mad at you, I'm just sitting in that corner right now with that Spectre. It's just so nasty. Luckily they back off of it after the alarm bot triggers, but here's Chloric, and it's the collateral from Chloric, gonna find another 2. He doesn't need assist anymore, he's just farming kills.
One went through the skull, the other one went through the abdomen. New belly button, new eye hole formed for 2 separate agents at the same time. It is Chloric being a surgical menace. 3K, Psych will be able to find their doppelganger, and it's 12-2. We're on match point in a hurry here on map number 1. Fisher College, you talked them up. It's not just talk, it is walking the walk. These guys are as good as they have been rated. And just throwing it away. Pull out the champions mantle, because you know what? You deserve it, sir. Just continue your victory lap, because it feels like they're already on one, and they're going to force up a couple of rifles here into this big round, especially because Grand Valley, they need to win it if they have just a fleeting chance to get this one back in order.
I don't want to be that guy, but you have enough time when you have 10 rounds to give, right? To lose this force here and be okay. Luckily enough, only one's going to be found with that KO knife, and it's just going to be a hard default right now. And I think Green Valley is really just trying to reorganize and regroup and kind of see where they were hitting, because Del Taco did push a solo to start off last round, lost his life, and it kind of just threw the entire weight of the balance, right? The reason that Fisher was successful on offense is because Logan was able to get on site and really create space for the team. We have not seen that yet in the, I mean, honestly, what, 2 offensive rounds for Grand Valley? And it's not like they can do much with it. They were on pistols on a save the second round, but we need to see Del Taco be able to create space. And if he can, I feel like Grand Valley can be successful here. A ton of people just outside garage.
I think Cloric, because you see that X-ray, Cloric was just chilling, staring at the ground. I don't know what he's doing, but something's cooking back there in that robot's brain. CPU maybe needs a little bit of an upgrade, but he's actually going to back off as Del Taco will be able to jump into the windows. 0-point knife does identify at least Del Taco in distance. They're going to put a quick flash down to stop anyone that wants to come in through C, and that's going to be a big bang, and that's actually the likes of Grand Valley turn this into a 5-on-1 with all of Psych remaining. Now again, just like last time, this is round 3 of a half. They were able to get the last one in the first half. This one, it seems inevitable to be the same, but you know, maybe we see some aces come out with the sheriff. Maybe no.
Speak it into existence, brother. I want to hear it.
I mean,
that's all I care about. You know,
that's Psych.
Yeah,
prove me right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe not. There you go.
Or maybe not. We're excellent round right there by Grand Valley. If you remember their first round 3, right? Was, you know, 2 left alive, lost a ton of econ, forced up Spectres and a Stinger, wasn't able to get any value afterwards. This time it's a flawless. They're able to bring 5 guns in the round. And the thing was, Monkey Man, they were decisive, right? They kind of defaulted just a little bit to see if anybody on Fisher would get overzealous. When nobody pushed, it was just, okay, we're gonna take over garage. We're gonna let Del Taco create that space, of course, in BC Link, and then just flood out everybody from garage and main. It worked out to a T as Dive takes so much damage here just off the spawn, just literally getting sprayed down through B.
Yeah, that's that paper thin wall that I've learned to love.
Paper mache, sir. That's what they're made out of. And all
it's truly nothing. I don't understand. These bricks are made of basically hopes and dreams, and that's about the same thing. But that's gonna be a big kill by Logan again, showcasing that they are just so darn good when it comes to a marshal. They find the heads, but there's 3 dropping in rapid succession as Grand Valley will rebuttal, but that's a lot of HP missing from 3 of their members as well. So the duels giveth and taketh away. Fisher College on the retake in this 2v4. So while they're not dead yet, they are very much next to that door, but they find it from distance as Ming, a little bit of a lurk. They're gonna find a bit of perk here on some of these bullet strays, so gonna be able to face down 2 from distance.
Yeah, and I mean, Ming does a great job of just being patient there, waiting for that plant to go down, as Logan's going to find Luff, and oh my, now it's a 2v2. Ming, 91 health left, 31 shield, taps the spike, gets rid of course, that Astra suck. That's going to be gone. Here comes the spam through the wall. Illusion's going to be able to find Ming, and now Logan, full HP here, has to do work. Going to find one, has the opportunity potentially to get another. No, it's going to be Illusion to shut it down. Grand Valley lives to fight another round.
You know, one at a time, slowly but surely forming some hope, but the Lakers are going to be thinking about it. They do at least win that true rifle round, so looking into the ult economy, you have a Blade Storm per side. You do have the Cosmic Divide if they want to open up with that, or at least to be able to divide out some of these separate sites. But you have the Null Command for retake, as well as maybe some direct denial with Psych on that Hunter's Fury. But 20 bombs in the chat for both a kill as well as assist. Cloric on assist, Logan on the kills, and those two have been working so well off of each other. Del Taco is going to try and run it down with some Blade Storms. Oh, and they counter the Blade Storm of Logan's, just proving they're the better jet for now.
You see the knife pull out too in the shake? Like, nah, bro, this is my character. This is my time to shine. Love to see it from Del Taco right there. So they continue to aggress. Look at the positioning and the map control that has been secured by Ming. They don't care that it's a save. They went straight for it on the flank. Now the numbers have been thinned just a little bit. 4v3. Fisher looking to hold on. Very aggressive position here for Cloric as well with a ghost in hand and 40 HP down. That's going to be dangerous, but it's not going to connect. Luff barely misses that shock dart.
I love the mindfulness to make sure to check that corner as well. Luff is going to be able to get rid of Cloric, and Dory is playing with a Frenzy. Frenzy gang rise up, but it's going to be Dive that will rise even higher as they get a wall bang against Dory. They take him off the save, and so 5-12. You know, gain a little bit of momentum, but Fisher is just playing with their food. It feels like it. If they surrender a couple, maybe they start to say, all right, let's close this out. Let's go to map number 3. But they want to get their warm-up going. They're potentially allowing Grand Valley to kind of fix some errors that maybe won't eventually give them Haven, but we could see them finding that potential going to map number 2. I would start to think of Fisher College. I want to have them shock and awe a little bit faster, but that's also just me from a coaching standpoint. I just want my teams to win quickly, get in, get out, get on with their lives.
I mean, you're completely not wrong about that either, as Logan is sitting here, of course, camped up on the top of Gong with an op. Not going to find anybody, as this is a pretty heavy A push coming out. But I agree with you. Like, you want to end the game, right? You don't want this to linger. You don't want to get to that 12-8 point where, you know, I call it the cycle of sin and deliverance, right? When you have to buy and then immediately eco, and then buy and then immediately eco again. I'm just not really a fan of that. I don't think anybody is who plays this game, to be honest with you, or any, of course, economy-based shooter. But this is just so slow. I love the fact that they took control of A, but they are making no noise. They are doing nothing at all. They're just sitting here waiting for the aggress, and right now there's only 2 on A, and there's nobody in short, so Cloric might be able to catch 1 with this flash. Not going to be able to catch much more than that with the flash drive.
And I like that they do have a very aggressive stance when it comes to making sure Sewers isn't a place of rotation. Actually, the recon dart and a blind psych, the Sova won't be able to see much at all. Cloric will be able to take down 1 and then is traded out immediately by Dive, who hung on to that short A link, but they will get the bomb going down. So, thoughts on the back of the head. Everything starts to slowly go the opposite direction, but Logan finds him from heaven with a bullet shaped in the form of a heart. They love you, but they just have to be able to kill you for now. And now the retake comes out as the paranoia comes through.
This is beautiful, though. Look at Del Taco just sitting here. The shorty comes out.
Oh.
Not going to be able to find Del Taco. 6 HP. Going to dash in. Looking to get a kill. Dory's going to get, of course, hit by that Astro Well, as Dive going to get 1 more. Can you pop the mollies is the question. The spray comes out. Dive gets the 3K. Remember, the integral pick on the KO to start off the round from Sewer was on Dive. Really opened up that site and allowed Grand Valley to get to 6. They're building some momentum. They can continue to buy, and now we're seeing Fisher eco for the first time for the entire map, Monkey Man.
Yeah, and I may not be much of a believer right now, but I've picked up the pamphlet. I'm starting to read the subnotes, and I'm starting to get a little bit interested in what Grand Valley is doing. It seems colossal of a task, but Fisher College has allowed for a few cracks to start to get a little bit wider. If you look at the eco, it's in their favor, and they could be able to shut this down. You've got lockdowns on either side to be able to at least create some space and make second thoughts happen. And now, as Tori just wants to be able to catch the recon bolt, they're slowly pushing them towards where everyone's rotating up. They are in fact blind, and Dory will hit the dirt quickly. And that is Del Taco that finds another, as Logan finds it as well. Ming is able to get a headshot into Arex, and now Del Taco with 3Ks. They're thinking aces in mind, and all aces psyched from this corner. They will get dropped as well. Let them have it. Del Taco has to go hunt down one of the most assistive agents in the entirety of this current matchup, and they get it as they get the ace here in round number 19. And this, you were talking about that cycle, Fisher College. I would take a timeout. I would be like, all right, let's end this. Let's get this done before it gets worse.
The issue is, can they? Like, I understand that's an eco, right? Like, it's an anti-eco, but Del Taco is going to feed off of that ace, right? He is, in fact, that guy. He has been that guy for GVSU this entire run through the playoffs. Remind you, this is single elimination. There's no second chances. There is nothing else. Every game is your last dance, and they've been able to come through and get this done. And I said 8 is when you start believing, right? Well, we're 1 away from that right now.
1 away from your dancing shoes having purpose. You get to be able to be dirty dancing. Spotlight will be on you. But can you force Fisher to dance to your tune? The pace has been set as Grand Valley has slowly taken control, at least what is presumably their own control of this setup. Del Taco, they do have Vandal in hand, rather Phantom, but they got the Blade Storm already popped, as they know that every single round is going to be rough for them. That Owl Drone, I don't know. I think the timing didn't see them go through the dark cover, but they've got to expect that at least a couple are there. Shock Dart, no one will be tagged. You do have the Killjoy waiting from distance as they want to hold that on window and see if anyone from Fisher College is going to be able to aggress out from those points. The null command comes out as well, so they have to advance with no util to use.
It's just a massacre. Logan and Syke, and then there's Chloric, and the B side has just been completely overrun. Chloric's going to get taken down by Dive, but Dory is going to find Dive in a window, and that is going to be Raps. And I said you had to get to 8 to believe, Monkey Man. We, in fact, did not get there today.
That was so close so far, but Fisher was at 12 for a while. It was 12-2. So kudos to Grand Valley State. If anything, if we can speak to the positives that came from the ending of that particular map, is that Grand Valley was given extra time to start. All right, how do we execute? How do we be able to at least advance, take over site, and kind of hold, just get your repetitions in, because it felt like they were just being bowling ball bulldozed and bullied the entirety of that attacking half from Fisher, and they had to have themselves some time to just recover from the shock, because otherwise I don't know if they would have had some good coaching or at least a better mindset going into map number 2. But Fisher's showing their dominance right now in the beginning of this best of 5.
Remember, map Fisher's pick, so they came out, they took care of their business, right? So you have to look up at Breeze, of course. Next map, you have to look for Grand Valley to try to take care of business on theirs and start sending us to that back and forth, which is the hype of the best of 5, of course.
Yes, true. And we get to see if maybe this goes split even Stevens, or will match point be around the corner. But regardless, around the corner is us after a very short break. We'll be right back with you with the ECAC finals right after this.
Just kicking down all the doors, guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.